Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing another video about interview. So I interviewed for First City Financial Credit Union. I went to my interview 2 days ago. I applied for a teller position and I've never worked at a bank, credit union. I have no experience being a teller, but they wanted experience in customer service, so I applied anyways. It didn't say that I needed experience as a teller, so I applied. They called me for a job interview. I went in and I'm just gonna be telling you the questions that they told me. I think I got the job. I won't find out until today or like next week. I'm not too sure. They said somebody will call me letting me know if I got the job, but I think that I did get the job. I interviewed with 3 different people. So the supervisor, I don't know who the other girl was, but she's the one who called me for the interview, and then I interviewed with the manager. So yeah, so this was like an hour-long interview. In case you're wondering how long the interview would be, mine was an hour. But they were really nice and they were talking to me like if I already got the job, so I think I did get it. Okay, so I actually wrote down all the questions. I have it here on my iPad. The first question they asked me was why I want to work at this credit union, and I just told them, like, because I researched them and I said, oh, you know, it's one of the top credit unions in the nation or whatever. They really liked that one. They said good answer, so I don't know. And then they asked me what do I know about them. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna ask this at every interview, so make sure you really do your research on them. I did my best, but there wasn't a lot of information on this credit union, so I didn't have much, to say. Do you have experience working at a bank? And then they asked me, what do you know about being a teller? So also do your research about what it's like to do that position if you don't have the experience. So they asked me to talk about an experience working with a difficult customer. So I did tell them like the issue that I had with the customer, and then I told them how I dealt with it, and then in the end I told them how I resolved it. So I talked about this story about this lady came in really angry, blah blah blah, had a bad experience every time she came there. Anyways, I told them that I was really patient, and I told them that I was patient. Basically, I really listened to her, and at the end of her visit, she said that this was the best experience she ever had at this location. She asked me for my name, and that if she ever came back, she would ask for me personally. So I told them it was really rewarding and this and that. I just made sure to let them know that it ended in a positive way. You get what I mean? They asked me to talk about a time where a team member didn't pull their own weight. So I talked about that, and everything that I say, I always say like how it ended it in a positive way. I never left it just like, oh yeah, this and this happened and that's that. I always say like how I helped resolve it, because they want you to be a problem solver. They want you to be like a good team member, do teamwork and stuff like that. So yeah, that's important. They asked me, how do you deal with coworkers who annoy you? I just told them that I just don't let it get to me, mind my own business. I work with them and I keep it civil, and then at the end of the day I just, that's it. Don't cause issues, just brush it off, These are just the questions that I remember. There could have been more. They asked me, how would my supervisor describe me? What would my supervisor say that I can improve on? And honestly, I talk so much about how good I am at my job. I was like, I just said that I could always improve on everything, there's nothing better than improving yourself. And like you should always constantly be working on yourself, you know, basically that's what I said, so I could always improve on everything. So I try to make it like a positive, you know. What is an accomplishment that I like, something I accomplished at work that I'm proud of? So honestly, I didn't have a lot of accomplishments. I'm a server, I just do what I gotta do. So I talked about a time where we had a party of 40 and there was a couple of us working it, and basically how we did such an amazing job. We didn't have any issues, no bumps, everything went like exactly as planned. And I said that, you know, I was really proud of me and my team members. So again, I'm giving credit to my team members. It's not all about me. So it's about like, I'm talking like, oh, I'm very team member oriented, you know, teamwork, you know. So I said, you know, I was proud of all of us for working together and making it happen, you know. She asked me, what if I told you to do something that's totally legal, nothing illegal, that you didn't want to do? Like, what would you do? And like, I wasn't really sure where to go with that answer. I didn't know if she was saying like something that like I wasn't going to do, I already made it in my head, or if it's just something I didn't want to do. I should have asked for clarification, but I didn't. So I just told her that I would like tell her like the reasons why I didn't want to do it. Like, I would have a discussion, because discussion is really important, instead of just being like argumentative or just like not doing it, you know. Said I would want to have a discussion about it, not just be like angry or something. And they also asked me what I do in my spare time, and I just told her like, I think they just want to know like kind of more about you in this question. I told them that I've been looking into e-commerce and stuff like that and doing my research on it, and they were very pleased with that answer. That's just me personally, like that's actually what I have been doing in my spare time. So I don't know, just say like, I think they just want to know like who you are, what you like to do, your interests. So they actually liked my answer a lot. They asked me if I have any questions, and a good question to ask is about their culture. I actually did a lot of research on interviews, so a good question to ask is always about their culture. So I asked, what does a typical work week look like here? And then they kind of like, you know, and I just said like, do we have meetings, or, you know. I think they were very pleased with that question. I also they asked if I have any more questions, and I think it's always best to ask questions instead of just, you know. So I said, what is a trait that you see in other tellers that makes them successful? And they basically like told me their answer, and they also said somebody who always wants to learn, product knowledge, and like learn in general, but they also like have a good idea of product knowledge, somebody that's always asking questions. So I did ask multiple questions, so I think that always looks good. Those are the questions that I asked. They were very friendly. They were really, really nice people, the ones that I interviewed with. They made me feel really comfortable, right? So then after they told me to wait, that I was going to be interviewed by the manager. So then the manager came in, and she's like, oh, did they make you nervous? And I was like, because I wasn't really nervous at all. Like maybe when I first walked in, I was a little bit nervous, but they were so nice and friendly that I wasn't nervous. Like, I was just able to be myself, and yeah, so honestly that made it like the hugest difference. And then she's like, a little bit, like kind of like in a like I should be nervous kind of way. And so I said, oh yeah, like a little bit. And she's like, well, it's always good to be a little bit nervous, like kind of in a mean way. I was like, do you want me to feel like she wanted me to feel like her subordinate, I guess, I don't know. She wanted me to feel below and like she's in power. So after that did throw me off. I was like, eeh. And I was like, she asked me, oh, what is something that you love about your current job and what is something that you would change about it. And so on this one, I really fumbled on what I love about it. Instead of just saying like, oh, like I love how we all work as a team, that would have been a really great answer, but I just, ooh, she threw me off, and I was like, woo, you know, I was just all over the place. I talked for like 10 minutes trying to fix the answer. She also asked me the question like, how would you deal with a difficult customer, or tell me about a time you dealt with a difficult customer. I told her the same story, and I think she was very impressed with that one. Oh, and they also asked me, like previously, they asked me what sets me apart from other candidates. The second lady only asked me 2 questions. It was mostly the first people interviewing me. I'm guessing it was like, if they like me, then I move on to the next round. And if they don't, then that's where the interview ends. But yeah, I think that they liked me. They had me like fill out all my information on a paper. They said they had one more person to interview, and that they're gonna submit the names this weekend, and then they'll call me. So yeah, that is everything in this interview. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. You might ask a question that somebody else has, and I'll be happy to answer it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you would like to hear if I got the job, just want me to keep you updated, and if I do get the job, what it's like to work as a bank teller, please hit the subscribe button. I plan on continuing this series. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.